So, let's talk about The Enemy Within. The Enemy Within is probably one of the most renowned role-playing game campaigns of all time. It's been released for every version of Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. It's been enjoyed by tens of thousands, if not millions of people the world over. And I just so happen to have the first part here, which is in 2 books. Now, The Enemy Within is broken up into 5 parts. The first part is Enemy in Shadows. So this one is just for the GMs out there. Don't read through this book if you're planning on playing it. But if you're the GM, it contains everything you need to know to kick off a thrilling adventure, and one that will test your skills as a GM and test your players' abilities to survive absolutely horrendous situations. The first book is called Enemy in Shadows, and along with it, you might like to pick up the Enemy in Shadows Companion. So the main campaign book has everything you need to know to run it. And if you just want to run the campaign straight, you can just pick up Enemy in Shadows and you're good to go. However, if you want to delve a little bit deeper into the mystery and adventure that is The Enemy Within, you will also want to pick up the Enemy in Shadows Companion. It contains extra maps, extra encounters, a few extra rules for building out various enemies, allies, and most people fit in between those 2 items. So we have a huge selection of NPCs in here. Even if you're not running The Enemy Within, if you're running any campaign in the old world, there is probably something in the companion for you to take away. Along with that, you'll also find 5 pre-generated characters. These are the classic characters that were released with the very first edition of The Enemy Within. You can pick it up and start playing right away. The characters contain all the stats and spells and talents that they're capable of, along with a selection of secrets that your players can choose to add to their background, and getting a little bit of extra coin for doing so, and adding an extra twist or wrinkle to their character's backstory. The Companion's a really great book. They're hardback printed, case bound. We've got a lovely spot UV across the front, and that's on both books, of course. And just overall, I think they're a really, really, really nice product. If you're already familiar with The Enemy Within and you've enjoyed it in the past, or if you like what I've been talking about, you might like to pick up the Collector's Edition. So the Collector's Edition comes with the core campaign book of Enemy in Shadows, the Enemy in Shadows Companion, and a few extra little bits and pieces. So let's take a look. First of all, you'll see straight away they've got some alternative covers. Here we see Morrsleed, the Chaos Moon, its malign influence peering down. And here we have the Ace of Hammers, showing Gal Maraz, Sigmar's famous, perhaps infamous hammer, that in many ways symbolizes the strength of the Empire. Now, these are silver foiled, printed, spot UV'd. They're really, really, really nice books. We also have a very nice purple print on the book block here, which if you've played the adventure, you'll know the significance of that. And inside you have the very same excellent information you have in the standard books, along with a nice little bookmark, again in purple, which you may understand the significance of, so that you can keep track of where you are in the adventure right now, or bookmark an important NPC or location. And along with the Collector's Edition, you'll also get the player handouts. So these come in a nice little envelope. Something small printed there, which again, we won't go into, but it's got significance. And that contains all the handouts that you need for the adventure, along with the maps, on a nice uncoded card. So you can cut those out and distribute them to their players, or to your players. And I know that when I play games, I love to get a nice physical handout. It really feels like I've achieved something, and it adds a little bit of extra depth and believability to the world. So they're a lovely addition as well, I think. The Collector's Edition is available right now. Enemy in Shadows is out. You can pre-order Death on the Reich as well, with the rest of the campaign to follow. So yeah, these are an excellent book. I love the finish, and if you get a chance to have a look at one in person, do, because I think these are something quite special. Let's have one more look at those covers. So, as I said, the Ace of Hammers, showing Gal Maraz, and Morrsleed, the Chaos Moon. If you order the collector's edition, you'll also get access to our development diaries, including all of the previous ones. As soon as you pre-order, or as soon as you order the collector's edition, they'll go over to you, and all future ones for the rest of the campaign. So as I said, really love these, and I think you will too.